you don't know those people at the company, and the company don't know you personally. So when you give that information to them, the only thing they can do is review your case and then decide if they want to work with you. If they want to work with you or they see some hope or something positive with your application, then that's good. If they're not going to be able to work with you, then they will let you know, and that way, you don't have to be there thinking that you will never be able to travel or work overseas because of some incident that happened years ago. I have this young lady who has been asking a few questions about the immigration process, and I've been trying my best to answer as much as possible as based on my experience and persons that I have worked with or was in the batch with during the time of migrating. How prepared we were for our interview, and also if you got turned down, was there like some petition that the company would have done for you? What I told the person is just be upfront with the folks from the beginning, the recruiting company. Just think of it as persons that you don't know, you're sharing some information with. The information can only go one place. It can only stay right at their location, right with the person that you discuss those confidential information regarding your status or whatever is going on that you're concerned about. But for the most part, as long as you're being honest and you're open up about everything, then usually they will try their best to give you advice, because these companies, they have their own lawyers, they have their own team of persons who they're working with that will help you to ensure that you go into the embassy and you do your evaluation and you do your interview and everything comes back perfectly fine. Or if there's something that they're not so sure about, they'll always have their lawyers present to answer all the questions and ensure that this is something that is okay to work with, or this is something that might give a problem like later on. So let's just work on it before we even go to the process for interview. I know persons who have had like issues in the past, and they were able to just open up about it. There was something that happened and she never really wanted to go about and do the application. And I said to her, basically, you don't know those people at the company, and the company don't know you personally. So when you give that information to them, the only thing they can do is review your case and then decide if they want to work with you. If they want to work with you or they see some hope or something positive with your application, then that's good. If they're not going to be able to work with you, then they will let you know, and that way, you don't have to be there thinking that you will never be able to travel or work overseas because of some incident that happened years ago. So, sometimes you might have situations where an incident might have occurred and you're thinking that you might not be a qualified individual or professional to, do the application. So what I would just suggest is go ahead and still make that application, because nobody knows what the end result would have been. Because to me, it was a really good encouragement for that person, because to date she's here, she's doing her nurse practitioner, clinicals, and I am super proud about her and her transition and everything that has gone, down since the entire thing happened. Because if it was left up to her, probably she would have still been in another country, because she was of the mindset that that incident was going to ruin her career, that incident was going to ruin her life forever. So I would just say reach out to the different companies that are available, and if it is something that they can work with, they will let you know. If it is something that they think is going to be questionable and they don't want to take up that big challenge, then they will just probably let you go, and you just call it a day there. Or you can always go ahead and try another company to see if they have expertise in dealing with situations like that. But for the most part, as I said, the company, they prep you well. They do all the necessary things that they need in order to get you to a point where you're comfortable, your documentation, the evidence that you have for your interview is good, is sufficient for you to actually get your visa, so you can actually transition to the US without thinking about that, oh, you're going to be a wanted person. No. So so basically that's it.